In 1970, rock was changing fast. While hippies were still dreaming of peace and love, Black Sabbath came with something darker. Heavy. Almost frightening. And it shocked the world. At the end of the 60s, rock was split in two worlds. In the US, psychedelic rock and hippie anthems were everywhere: Jefferson Airplane, The Doors, Jimi Hendrix. Peace, love, and long guitar jams. In the UK, bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones dominated, with progressive rock rising: Pink Floyd, King Crimson. Rock was colorful, dreamy, almost utopian. But in Birmingham, an industrial city covered in smoke and factories, four young guys were about to change everything: Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. In 1970, Black Sabbath were no longer total outsiders. Their debut album, raw, heavy, and frightening, had already shocked the UK charts. But their sound was still too strange, too dark, too heavy for the mainstream. When the band entered the studio to record their second album, the producer felt the record needed something more. Just one quick track, a simple filler. Tony Iommi grabbed his Gibson SG, played a sharp, aggressive riff, and in just 20 minutes, Paranoid was born. After losing 2 fingertips in a factory accident, he had learned to play with homemade plastic tips, and tuned his guitar lower to ease the tension on his hands. What was supposed to be a throwaway song became a defining anthem of heavy rock. With down-tuned guitars, a relentless rhythm, and Ozzy's haunting voice, Black Sabbath had unknowingly created the blueprint of heavy metal. Released as a single in August 1970, Paranoid exploded immediately. In the UK, it shot straight to number 4 in the charts. In Germany, it went number 1. Even in the US, where Sabbath was seen as too heavy, the song cracked the Billboard Hot 100. The album itself reached number 1 in the UK charts, and stayed in the Billboard 200 for over a year. By the mid-70s, it had gone platinum in both the US and Europe. Critics were divided, some called it crude, even dangerous. But for millions of young fans, Sabbath had captured a new reality: darker, heavier, louder than anything before. It also became Sabbath's signature song live, the track that every fan wanted, every night. By the late 70s, it was blasting from radios, jukeboxes, and arenas worldwide. For many, it was shocking music that parents hated, but kids felt was theirs. That tension is part of why Paranoid spread so fast. This was more than a hit. It proved that a heavier, darker sound could dominate the charts. Without Paranoid, there might never have been Metallica, Iron Maiden, or Slayer. Musically, Paranoid is pure urgency. A down-tuned, aggressive riff, played with Tony Iommi's mechanical precision. It's simple, just a few notes, but it carries a weight that feels unstoppable. Geezer Butler's bass doubles the riff, giving it even more heaviness, while Bill Ward's drumming drives it forward like a relentless march. There's even a short solo, not a flashy showcase, but more like an interlude. It adds tension, before the riff returns, hammering the song's message again and again. And then comes Ozzy's voice, desperate, hypnotic, unforgettable. But here's the twist: Paranoid is not about demons or witchcraft. Bill Ward later explained it was about depression, especially the way teenagers in England at the time often felt trapped by poverty and lack of opportunity. Ironically, Ozzy didn't even know what the word paranoid really meant when he first sang it. In truth, the lyrics describe depression, isolation, the feeling of losing your grip on life. Lines like "I tell you to enjoy life, I wish I could but it's too late" captured a reality millions of young people felt, in a world of economic crisis, Vietnam, and uncertainty. That's why Paranoid worked. It wasn't escapism. It was raw, real emotion, turned into sound. The voice of working-class kids from Birmingham, suddenly echoing all around the world.